Yun Yong Yes. Those fast feet are the only things you have. Gang Huang, your power is good, but you're too slow. Zhuge Miang, you think too much before making your move. Jia Gukriang has good agility and wits, but your endurance is awful. And finally, Kai Man. You are the best among the group. You have an excellent foundation, and you aren't particularly weak in any aspect. However, that also means that you aren't particularly good at anything, either. There's a problem that you all share. It's the fact that something has already been achieved without proper effort. For sure. This brat knows how to hit the spot. And the old men are also too weak, considering you've lived for 1,000 years. You damn bastard. But he is right. 900 years ago, the leaders of the 10 sects were all at least at the level of a 7th stage adapter. And the Sky Dragon sect's leader, who was the strongest among them, was a 9th stage adapter. WW and Mulak were even more powerful than him. Even though they were such powerful people, the expedition was still difficult. Abyss was that kind of a place. During the recent Golden Sky sect's northern branch subjugation, half of you were seriously injured at best, or almost died at worst. We weren't even attacking Manticore, which is their headquarters. When you end up like this after fighting a single sect, how can we expect to go on an expedition? That's why you will have special training for a week, starting today. Special training? Castellan. Every single one of the 10 sect leaders here are adapters. The 15 levels of the adapter stage, which measures an adapter's strength, aren't something that can be surpassed in a short time. Normally, it takes 10 years for a non-adapter to reach the first stage. Then it takes 20 years for the second stage, 40 years for the third stage, and it then takes an additional 80 years to reach the fourth stage. Most people end up losing their lives before that happens. That's why adapters above 4th stage are called high-stage adapters. What are you trying to say? Is the Castellan trying to make us into awakeners? Awakeners? I heard awakeners don't steadily accumulate their strength, but use a sudden enlightenment to progress to the next stage. Yes, I'm planning to make you into awakeners. What do you? For a perfect awakening, you have to go through 3 stages. The first stage is destroying the world of adaptation that you've lived so far. People who reach this stage gain the eyes that can dismantle the world and look into its essence. Is he talking about doubt? Destroy the world of adaptation? It means that we should give up on all the system's benefits, such as skills and status. Ah, that's what he meant. Lightning God, I'm surprised you managed to become one of the 10 sect leaders with that level of comprehension. Ahem. Regardless of my brain, I'm still a hyperadapter. Hyperadapter. They are the people often said to be blessed by the system, that have an excessive affinity with the system of skills and interface, and end up with about 10 to 100 times faster growth speed than normal awakeners. This is the case for most of the powerful beings, including the 12 monarchs. You idiot. There's nobody among us that isn't a hyperadapter. There's no way anyone could give up on such a talent overnight. I'm not a hyperadapter. If I can get stronger, I'll give it all up, whether it's skill or world. All except for my hatred of the monarchs. Southern Sea Sect Leader. Do you realize what you are saying right now? That means that we need to throw away everything we've accomplished so far. And it won't simply end with us losing our accomplishments. Don't tell me that, you forgot about the Great Disappearance. Great Disappearance? Everything started with the Fisher's appearance. They suddenly appeared in the Great Land 700 years ago. We will fight against cultivation. The group of terrorists called Fisher declared that as they appeared. They brutally slayed the monarchs of the 4 regions that opposed their declaration the most and announced the following. If you want to become an awakener, come to the Forgotten Lands. Deny the world. The number of people who gathered in the Forgotten Lands back then amounted to tens of thousands. However, almost nothing is known about what happened next. Because they literally disappeared. All of them? Very few of them returned, and my companion was one of them. She said she became an awakener, although she said it was just the first stage awakening. And what happened to them? All of them killed themselves. Every single one of them suffered from severe schizophrenia. Some of them went crazy, and some lost their memories. There were different symptoms, but there was one thing in common. They said they didn't know who they were. Jagukryong, for now, I'll tell you two things for sure. First of all, I'm not Fisher. Even though I can understand why you doubt me, as I'm an awakener. Secondly, the awakening can be dangerous, just as you said. That's why I'll take volunteers for the awakening. Then what are you going to do about those who refuse to be awakened? I'll make them stronger as well. Just how? We just need to raise their adapter stage. What? Weren't you listening at all when the Scholar Forest sect leader was talking earlier? It's impossible to raise the adapter stage in just a single week. We don't have enough time. I can solve that problem. Follow me, everyone. Welcome, Castellan. Can we start right away? We can. Oh, is this a building made of the horns of horned beasts? Then let's show them. Whoa, it's not my fault. Do you accept the summon of Carpe Diem, the Tower of Nightmares? Tower of Nightmares. Welcome to the Tower of Nightmare, Carpe Diem. I wasn't expecting to be capable enough to build a Tower of Nightmare with just the power of a mortal. It's really amazing even if the tower only has 2 floors. This is impressive. Not to be influenced by relocation, but we're back here to break the relocation, I think so too. That's exactly what I wanted to say. If you're done being surprised, listen. All training from now on will be done here. Time flows 100 times slower inside this tower. A day outside is 100 days in here. Which means, a week's time will be 700 days, so we've got almost 2 years of time. Outside the tower inside the tower equals 1 week around 2 years however, inversely proportional to the time being slowed down, the rate of soul pollution will increase. The fatigue that the soul will feel is heightened due to the increased density of time. In preparation for that, a feature that allows you to be automatically logged out, when the soul pollution level exceeds 80%, has been added. The horn of the horned beasts is always kept ready outside the tower so you do not have to worry about the pollution. Master, I've always thought you were a heartless person, how considerate. What? I said I will follow you for the rest of my life. I will now divide the ones who will support in awakening and those who will not. Those who want to support in awakening, stay on my right. And those who simply want to increase the degree of adaptation, come to my left. How dare you? Are you looking down on the Divine Maiden's skills? Humph. No matter how fast the Divine Maiden is, you can't catch up to the speed of my Thunder God. The speed doesn't matter. What's important is the destructive power. And when it comes to destructive power, the reward has to go to the Fire King. Sigh, how hopeless. This is why they aren't making any progress. Yeah, as I thought. Cayman seems to be the only one who wants awakening. So, How are you planning to increase our degree of adaptation for those of us who reject the awakening? It isn't easy for the likes of us, who are on a higher degree of adaptation, to grow any stronger. You should increase your proficiency either by satisfying a certain level of realization, or by learning a new advanced skill. That problem can easily be solved. Obtaining the advanced skill book is no easy feat. Are you planning to rob it? From the Great Five's vault. The one who'd committed robbery. We don't necessarily need a skill book. You just have to learn it from a teacher. Are you saying that you will teach us the skills? No. Then who is going to? Don't tell me. Yeah, from now on, you will be each other's teacher. However, the strongest is. It's the Thunder God. It's the Fire King. It's the Divine Maiden. You foolish humans. I don't know if this will go according to the Master's plans. How's Cayman doing on the second floor? How many times have I repeated this? 100,000 times? 1,000,000 times? No, it's definitely over 10 million times. Increase your speed, Cayman. Can I really become stronger this way? Are you still questioning that? You should be able to feel it yourself by now. Are you still feeling uneasy about the possibility of you still not being able to beat the other adapters? I myself know the best about the fact that I'm talentless. No, the diligence and sincerity you were able to come up with to reach your current strengths came from pure effort, unlike the other leaders, who all received the blessings of extraordinary adaptation. As well as your mental strength, not losing yourself even after reaching a point of doubt. The power that led you to awakening is not simply based on talent, but willpower. Do you really believe that I will be able to make it, Master? I believe so. And that is why, you should believe in me too. Huff. The drink tastes good. The tower made by humans, carpe diem, I guess they still foolishly believe that they can change something, even after having lived through hundreds of years. Don't you think? Master. Seol what are you plotting? Plotting, you say? You're too harsh. It's been a while since we've last met. Come back, Master, everybody awaits your return. I've told you that I'm not going back. I cannot be with inhumane bastards. We fight for humans. We are the only ones who actually fight for humans. Only the chasm. No, you are using the humans for your advantage. After the great disappearance, it should have been the end for the chasm as well. You guys have lost any meaning or purpose, being infamous for, dash. Huff. But isn't it funny? The fact that you're saying something like that. Because you played a part in planning out the great disappearance, did you not? Because you too are one of those who planned for that darn great disappearance, aren't you? That's far from the truth. Things did progress in a different manner than what you wanted. However, you didn't stop the great disappearance. You simply watched it happen. Well, I'm thankful for that. If it weren't for you, my current self wouldn't exist, after all. Master, did you know that there are people within crack that are trying to awaken using the method you taught? Guys that have zero talent. And they'd swing their swords at each other hundreds and thousands of times. They'd swing their swords. And kill each other again and again. Among them, a very small minority of them would survive and swing their swords 1 billion times. They become numb to life and death and be able to surpass being a human and see the world. That's how they obtain the first keyword to awakening, dismantle. That's the wrong keyword. That again. You're not even a complete awakened, so what do you know? White world, your unique world is still the same. You, who got scared of losing your humanity, weren't even able to draw anything in your unique world that you went through so much to make. However, I filled my world. And became the second core captain of crack. This is. I heard you became a captain. Did you achieve the third stage of awakening? The third stage? It wasn't just the third stage. How's that? Do you know what that is? That's the scene of the Great Disappearance. How do you feel, watching the masterpiece you made? Sea of blood filled with corpses. Master, the living aren't trying to pretend to be the dead. You know nothing can be changed in chaos too, don't you? The world won't change. So, come back with me to crack. It can change. What? I said, it can change. Chaos will definitely change this time round. I can't believe you can still make an expression like this. Did he change you? You're going to fail. Do whatever you want, but crack will be watching you. To question the world. To understand the world you questioned. To forget the world. Wake up, Cayman. Cook. I don't want to see that pathetic side of yours, Cayman. Fight like you're going to die. No, did I even become stronger? To begin with? What have I been doing? Cayman, remove the limits that the world has set on you. Mo. To forget the me that the world decided on. Congratulations. You've entered the third stage. Did I really become stronger? By quite a lot. And I don't think I can catch up to him. Just Gorgon creating the expedition alone is a breach of the Four-Fortress Treaty. It's been so long since the Four-Fortress Treaty has been breached. Why are we still following that treaty? Those people who did nothing until the Abyss expedition was made, who cares about what's fair to them? Lightning God, that's outrageous. The reason we're all gathered here today is because of the Forbidden Heaven clan incident. Everyone, calm down and let's return to the original topic. Wait, since we're already talking about it, let's continue. I think that the captain that will be leading the Abyss expedition should be picked again after a fair evaluation. Garuda Fortress Master Cold-Blooded Golden Monarch, Gal Wydong, 8th Stage Adapter. I must say that what he's saying does make sense. Dryad Fortress Master Aisha Lindcroft. And where did the Gorgon Fortress Master go? He should have received the information of this meeting. Yeah. You guys did send the information. The moment the Fortress Master left this place, a suggestion for the 3-Fortress meeting was made, and before we could even reject the meeting. We got a message from a messenger eagle that the Garuda's envoys had departed. While the adaptation team have all returned, the Fortress Master, who's in the awakening team, has yet to return. And so, here we are, with Gorgon missing the ultimate decision maker and being swayed all around by others. In the first place, How could we trust a kid who's lived only 50 years to form the Abyss expedition? And you want to let him be the expedition captain? Have you all gone mad? Or are you all thinking of giving chaos to some unknown kid? I dare you to say that rubbish again. What are you trying to do right now? You want to talk with abilities? If you want to change the expedition captain, then you'll have to deal with us first. Because we don't intend to change the captain. Are you really going to fight me? Why? Are you not confident? I'll give you the first move. I was planning to start even if you didn't tell me. You sure are fast. I'm quite surprised, Thunder King. You're so strong it's hard for me to believe that you've only just reached the 7th stage of adaptation. You became a 7th stage adapter recently, right? I'm saying you can't win against an 8th stage adapter like me. But did you know? No matter what you do, you can't overcome the wall between 2 stages of adaptation. I'm saying you can't win against an 8th stage adapter like me. Meteor Golden Rings. This will be the end of your childish tricks. Thunder King. You did well, Thunder King clan leader. Well then, I'm sure you all saw the Thunder King get defeated with your own 2 eyes. Since I won, as you promised, the leader of the Depth Expedition team will end it here. I'm still standing here perfectly fine. Seeing that you're spouting nonsense, you must be bored. I'll show you something interesting starting now. So you don't know when to give up. How simple-minded. Is speed the only thing you have? Yin Yang's Kong Huang's Skill 18 Swords of the Fire King. Yin Yang's Style of Jago Meng's Skill 1 Style 8. He even knows the 1 Style 8 strikes of the leader of the disciples. To think you'd give away your skills like this. Have you discarded your dignity as clan leaders? Does dignity feed you? I see. Then. I guess it's my duty to take this seriously too. Run away. Get as far from this place as you can. Quickly. $10,000 Ocean Gold Wheel. Now, where have you gone, Thunder King? Let's see if you can handle this. It's time to end these childish games. You've worked hard, Leader Garuda. Blue Sky Sword Form Divine Unlimited Stance Spiraling Dragon Style. That's enough, Thunder King. Leader Garuda, you agree the fight is over, right? Were you about to use the Guardian Angel, Garuda? To use the giant dead man ordnance here? I have lost. It was a good fight, Thunder King. Isa Lynn Croft, is it you? If you are willing to continue, anybody may come down. Maiden Arc. What is the meaning of this? It's as you see. I've changed sides. What? What exactly are you plotting? What are you doing right now, Maiden Ark? From what I can see, the chances of this side winning seem much higher. I will face you, Muguk. Long time no see. Jade face Lord Bang Cheonil, 9th degree adapter. Why is the Lord here? Don't tell me the Lord was behind the meeting of these three. Bang Cheonil. Looks like the nemesis of chaos who stole the fruit 900 years ago and massacred countless souls has decided to return to chaos. Don't utter such heartless words. Instead, let's go together, Muguk. Stop with the petty talk. Work with me, Muguk. The Monarch of Steel misses you a lot, my friend. Don't tell me you're now serving under the Monarch of Steel. Yes, I am. My liege has a soft spot for martial artists. The 5th region is basically a small Murim. I guess Hiu is almost done for. To think he'd accept trash like you. Goodness, are you still angry about what happened in the past? Hioio forgave me pretty easily, but I guess that's not the same for you. Don't be so heartless towards another fellow martial artist. Didn't we go through a lot together? How dare you say that when you were the one who betrayed the Murim? You're being too harsh. This is our first time meeting again after 900 years. Bang Cheonil. Dryad, Garuda, and even the Priestess clan. Since when did they get played by you guys? I don't know what you're talking about. We're just giving them advice so they can make wise decisions. In the first place, you, the Gorgon Fortress Master, and a few others were just dreaming a deluded dream. How pitiful. Shut up. Don't be swayed, Dryad Fortress Master. You're making the right decision. The Gorgon Fortress Master is more dangerous than the Forbidden Heaven clan leader. He's trying to use the Abyss Expedition Squad to unite chaos. Emissary of the Monarch of Steel, Hai Young. The Monarch considers him a threat. A threat. The mark given to beings that try to change chaos. Every time threats appear, signs of hope would appear in chaos. And that sign would eventually lead to despair. If we don't get rid of him, bloodshed will rage across chaos. Since you have lived for 970 years, you know very well what happened 90 years ago. I can't let that tragedy repeat itself. So, please work with us. 1 week later, the Three Fortress Summit will take place in Gorgon. But is this really the right decision? How about stopping it already? Muguk, you can't defeat me. Don't you already know that? Heavenly Sword. Great differences in abilities already exist between adapter stages, but the difference between the 8th and 9th stage is a world of difference. Get to the 9th stage first before you come back. Because someone like you, who doesn't possess the class of a monarch, can't even put a scratch on me. This is the strength of a monarch. Muguk was taken out with one hit. The Jade Mask Golden Monarch who rules over the 12th region isn't even a Grand Monarch. Right beneath the Grand Monarch is the Lieutenant General and next is Major General, but he's neither of them. He's the lowest rank of the three, the Brigadier General. I can't believe we're forming an Abyss expedition to fight against such monarchs. There's no way we can win. Give up on that deluded dream of yours. You guys can't win. Haven't you all achieved pretty high positions within chaos already? Don't try to aim for the skies that you can't reach. If you don't want to cease to exist for eternity. What did you just do? Don't tell me you're trying to continue in that state. Years ago, you, who was won over by the resurrection place, stole our fruits, and we also lost precious comrades back then. I have never forgotten the disgrace we experienced back then for a single day. Bang Kianil, things are different now. You're just so dull. In the end, have you chosen death? Enigma. Heavenly Destroyer form. How pitiful, Muguk. Bottomless pit. In the end, you couldn't reach the skies again this time round. Not 900 years ago, not now. You can't change anything. Muguk. Blame the Gorgon Fortress Master for making you dream this deluded dream, my friend. Muguk, sorry for being too late. The Fortress Master will be late because he's busy. I'll do the fighting now. The Castellan is going to be late because of some circumstances. I'll fight him from now on instead of the Castellan. What is more important for the Castellan than being here? When the Abyss Expedition Squad is about to end before even setting off. Calm down, Internal Commander. It's okay now, since I'm here. Are you okay, Sir Muguk? Give up. He's not someone you can face. It's all right. Please rest assured. The two of you should evacuate with the citizens as far as possible. What are you talking about right now? Even Sir Muguk wasn't a match for him on his own. Even if we fought together, we might not be able to win. Let me face him alone. No way. It's been a long time, graceful monarch. Do you know me? I feel like I've seen your face before. Ah, were you that rookie back then? You are the guy that couldn't join the Abyss Expedition Squad because your ability was lacking, right? It used to be like that. Considering that you are trying to stop me now, you must have gotten a lot better now. Do you want to see for yourself? Then. Let's see how strong you are. Not bad. What kind of skill was that? It's weaker than the heavy stab, but it's a lot stronger than the normal stab. The all-out stab. You should do your best. Because you will die by my hand otherwise. Die. Do you believe you can kill me? Even though you are a mere weakling. You dare try to defeat me? You are going to die here. You don't know your place, even in the end. Congratulations. You finally reached the third stage. Thank you. But Castellan, have I really gotten stronger in only 2 years? 2 years. The second floor, which we are currently on, has a different time dilation than on the first floor where the other sect leaders are training. Did you think you could stab 10 billion times in a mere 2 years? An awakener? I heard that the Castellan was an awakener, but there was another one. A petty trick like this. Ha. Cough. One more time. The Holy Maiden sect leader. The Castellan did mention it before. That it was about the time that you would betray us. Please withdraw, Southern Sea sect leader. No matter how much stronger you have gotten, you can't pick a fight against a monarch after only 2 years of training. Did you even consider what would happen later? Only 2 years. Have been stabbing for 200 years. Spiral execution. Did he win? The Castellan saw this coming and sent Kaiman instead. He was aware of the fact that. Shocking. The stunning defeat of the Pearl General, Lieutenant General of the 5 Zones. Victor, Kaiman, leader of the Southern Sea. You were the only one from the embassy to change your mind. Kaiman. I'm here because you convinced me to be, but. They know better than anyone how dangerous the Lords really are. Kaiman, do you really plan on fighting against the Lords? Yes, I do. The likes of the Forbidden Sky clan are nothing compared to opponents such as the Palace of Reincarnation. You certainly defeated the Pearl General, however, out of the 3 generals, he held the highest rank of Lieutenant General. That means you might have to fight much stronger lords. I know. We fled once 900 years ago. That's why, we cannot continue doing so anymore. This person. He's an adapter who's always struggled with insecurities because he wasn't an over-adapter. He who used to despair when he faced a wall he couldn't overcome with effort alone. To think he's changed this much. Is he really the Cayman I used to know? If you truly believe so, then I will believe in you as well. Could that really be the Tower of Nightmare? That's right, Master and the Artisan of the Dawn. You're doing your cultivation in this place. Cultivation. It might look like that, but they're not cultivating. No one can become a product in that tower. Because in that tower, cultivators do not exist. A tower where cultivators don't exist. Don't tell me, did Cayman get so strong because of the tower? See for yourself. Chaos can now stand on its own. Even ordinary people are trying to enter the tower. Even though they are that scared, why? Because of the long-awaited desire to be able to choose. The freedom we lost 900 years ago is of no use if we don't retrieve it with our own strength. I see, you are trying to believe in yourselves once again. Where is the Master of Gorgon at the moment? The Triad meeting must have ended by now. Right. Is it really okay for you not to go? They might have brought along strong ones as well. Cayman would have dealt with it just fine. After all, Cayman's stronger than you now. Nonsense, he's 100 years too early to best me. You also started from the beginning, old man. That's true, but you would have reached the 3rd stage of awakening soon, so why? Because my ways were faulty. If you awakened with a different keyword, it seemed like the direction would change, huh? You already knew. At least about how the way you look at the world is different from my way, yeah. I and the other awakeners from Rupture had all awakened through the same keywords. The first step to awakening, disassemble. After going through the second step, assemble. You end up at the third step, the last, self-surrender. The awakening that I knew of wasn't such an unfathomable thing. I simply kept slicing through enemies on the battlefield. However, this guy is different. Doubt was questioning the reason for one's own existence, and understanding was agonizing over the reason for the world's existence. And so, you question endlessly and are agonized endlessly. Even after obtaining a unique, it is a path through which you must endlessly question that world's righteousness. It's a path of thorns. Let me just ask you one thing. How old are you? You're bringing age up again. It seems the third floor of the tower was completed a few days ago. According to what Michael said, the time density there is 100 times more than that of the second floor. And you'd been outside the second floor for 2 days in chaos time. He must have been on the third floor then. How many times did you train there? 2,000 years. What? Are you insane? You expect me to believe that? If it's true, are you going to start addressing me formally? Are you making fun of me? Just how long were you in the tower? I couldn't stay in there for as long as I thought I could. Let's get going. Humph, regardless of whether you've lived 1,000 years or 2, you are only a greenhorn to me. Even after living an extra 200 years, you haven't changed at all. Are you really after the palace of reincarnation like this? Yeah. The palace of reincarnation is not an easy opponent. It won't be too late even if we strike the palace of reincarnation after more awakeners come out from Gorgon. Do you really think that Lord Guy will wait for us? He must be predicting that we'll make a move after gathering awakeners. So, we have to attack when those bastards have let their guard down. And I don't plan to face off against the whole of the Palace of Reincarnation guys either. I'll only remove what's most important in the Palace of Reincarnation. I see you are planning to steal the fruit. And one more. The treasure of nightmares that transforms a living man into a lion. The narrow door. Seems you can enter chaos alive if you use the narrow door. Then if someone takes away all the fruits and breaks the narrow door, the lords won't be able to cross over to chaos now. They could of course cross over by dying, but there will hardly be anyone prepared to do so. Either way, in order to do that, I need to get through this place. The Manticore Acropolis at the entrance to the Palace of Reincarnation. Manticore is being ruled by the Forbidden Sky clan right now. Those guys will not let us pass easily. What do you plan to do? Hop. What I always do. I will briefly explain to you about the Lords of the Great Land. The Lords of the Great Lands. Sock. Hey Greenhorn, you are aware that it's just the two of us who will be fighting against the Acropolis, right? Isn't there a more sneaky way? I told you, I'll be doing things the way we've always done them. I expected as much from you, but you have to preserve your strength as much as possible from now on. You must not forget that Manticore is only a gateway to the Palace of Reincarnation. I know. Slight stab. This is the first time I've felt that the rumors weren't an exaggeration. From the destruction of the Forbidden Sky clan's northern branch, to the Path of the Wave, everything was that bastard's doing, huh? And I didn't expect him to be the product that Darkness commissioned for. If only I'd checked this screen a little earlier. You seem to be quite worried. Just looking at you makes the back of my head tingle. It makes sense why Darkness wants him. Serwin, this is chaos. Wear those tasteless clothes in your abode, not here. Take a look at yourself before you look at me, putting on that shit-colored array. Anyway, these Murim guys think this is Murim just because they've settled here. Whoa, look at that. What skill is that? Everything is crumbling down in one blow. Damn, this is insane. Serwin, have you come here to tell me about something interesting that happened? Something interesting? The talk about the Pearl General appearing in chaos. Ah, I've already heard about it. All the army forces that were sent to Garuda, which was on the brink of being captured, were all killed. It turns out that it was the Pearl General's doing. In return for being saved, it looks like he's won over Garuda and Dryad to his side. It was said that the Overlord Agreement or whatever, which states that they wouldn't interfere in chaos, was being maintained. Yeah, right. Even the subordinates of Steel are going about their work in chaos while following darkness. At this rate, it's just going to become a proxy war created by the Lords of the Great Lands. But I heard that the Pearl General, Bang Chunir, was beaten to death by one of those clan leaders. The Pearl General died? By whose hand? One among the 10 clan leaders. One of the leaders. There's no way they could win against him, even if all 10 were to attack together. You know about the guys in the Depth Expedition team that the Master of Gorgon created, right? I heard that a guy called the Lord of the Southern Sea from that team killed the Pearl General. No way. That's impossible with the Southern Sea leader's power alone. I mean, even if he happened to be hiding that strength the whole time, he wouldn't commit such a foolish act. The Pearl General is one of the Lord of Steels, who is himself one among the 12 great lords who rule over the Great Lands. In the Great Lands, where the fight for supremacy is at its peak, every lord who is ranked lieutenant general or higher is very important. Isn't he the one who should know best what it means to lay his hand on the Pearl General? Anyway, what will you do about that? The product that they commissioned for has been left untouched to the point that he became the master. And if that wasn't enough, he's also prowling around like that. Darkness would go crazy if he found out. It's better for us since the product that we were supposed to catch came to us of his own accord. On top of that, the half-dead men, the monsters that you created which can use the power of a dead man. Something's off. It doesn't make sense for the Forbidden Sky clan to pick a fight against the entirety of chaos with just that level of strength. I don't necessarily think that's how it is. What do you mean by that? Who are these guys? They all give off such malicious energy. It's like they're dead. Are you that famous Pathfinder I keep hearing about? What an honor. To think I'd meet the protagonist of the rumors. And the great doctor is also here. Who are you? You speak like you know me. Oh my, have you forgotten me already? Gathering the horns to be used at the clinic, and also moving patients. There was a time when I used to do that. You. The Red Mist clan attacked when the old man was away. Doctor. Please make me stronger. You must know of a way since you used to be a martial artist. Was it Heinz? I can completely understand your feelings of sorrow and despair as a weak person. However, after living in chaos for 1,000 years, I've seen countless people like you. I cannot help everyone. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of what you said back then. Work hard if you want to get stronger. But doctor, don't you know? Hard work is a luxury that is only possible for those who can afford it. And for most people in chaos, such hard work isn't possible. Doctor, I've worked hard. To sell the justice I've protected, and to abandon my beliefs. You. What happened to your face? The righteous weakling, second stage adapter, died 100 years ago. I'm the Forbidden Sky clan's vice leader, Heinz. Gorgon's Castellan. I heard rumors that you only use stabs. Let's play. 8 Fangs of Vulcan. Ultimate technique artery severing. How did you dash? Vice leader, we should attack together. Attack, everyone. What the hell is going on here? How is he slaying the demonic ghouls so easily? Since I recently reached the rank of monarch, it should be possible to win against him if I join the rest of the demonic ghouls' attack. However, I can't even begin to guess the demonic ghouls' casualties if we clashed head-on. The whole plan will go awry if I lose all of them. Siren. What? Don't bother me anymore. I already did everything you requested. I finished researching the Spectre Crystal, created the Black Cloud, and even produced the demonic ghouls. Ha. In that case. Shall we make a trade? Legend of, Road of Wave. The Pathfinder of the Impossible. Those are the titles he gained in a single month. I don't like any of them. I'm just a guest, despite having lived for 200 years, yet he became the Castellan in a single month. I can't accept this. Gorgon's Castellan. I'll show you. My hard work. This is the power I obtained by giving up my belief and trampling on it. This is the power obtained through hard work. This is. Let's stop. Coup. I wonder if everyone's similar in chaos. He annihilated half of the vice leader's body even though he is almost a 9th level adapter. Prioritize the Castellan. Buy time for the vice leader to heal. Be careful, brat. Hard work here, and hard work there. Everyone just talks about their efforts. What? What am I witnessing right now? Is this an Awakener's unique world, the sort that I heard about in rumors? Is this how one sees the world if they don't surrender to it? The eye that beholds, regulates, and surveils everything in the world. Are you trying to fight against that? Really amazing. You are amazingly crazy. You dare challenge the guest of justice. What a monster. You've snapped Manticore's thousands of years of history in half in an instant. It should be called World Stab instead of Heavy Stab at this point. Stop being silly. Let's move on. I've created a path. There are some remnants, but they don't look like they can delay us. How did you do that just now? The world was severed wherever the stab reached, turning into your unique world. I've never seen anything like that before. I just stabbed hard. The world was severed from just stabbing hard. Is he getting close to the stage after Oblivion? Well, thanks to you, it's going to be easy. I can't feel the spiritual pressure of any lieutenant generals. It looks like that attack just now managed to inflict a lot of damage to the Golden Sky sect leader. Oh no, I was too late. What have you done? Spatial interference? No, this isn't something like that. It's the transcendental skill of teleportation, warp. How come demonic ghouls are afraid? There's only one race that is capable of using it. Who are you? That is some annoying flapping. Huh? Don't you know me? Don't you watch the hottest 10 of the week or the top of top? Do you not have a hologram panel at home? Man! I don't. Brat, that woman is a nightmare. Nightmare? Every single man in chaos knows about her. Ahem. You have a good taste, old kid. Old kid? But you don't seem to be aware that it's a taboo to call a succubus a nightmare. All nightmares are from different races. So tasteless. You should have that much common sense at your age. My name is Siren Armolt. I'm not just a nightmare. She must be the nightmare the Golden Sky sect was supposed to have. I have lots of questions, but I don't have the time right now. Since you finished your introduction, it would be nice if you would step aside now. Because I received a request. To stop you. You've gone far enough. I received a request. To stop you. In that case, it can't be helped. Wait. Why are you so impatient? Just wait for a minute. Hey, how about becoming my product? Actually, the person who asked me to stop you is now on the verge of death after taking that one strike of yours. I'll forget about that meaningless promise I made, just become my product. Whoa, I really almost died. Are you going to keep doing this? You know just what kind of situation you're in right now, don't you? The spiritual pressure is definitely way stronger than what I've felt outside the fortress so far. She might even be on the major general level that I've heard of. Pitch darkness is after you. You know what that means, right? However, I'll be able to hide you. If you become my possession, I'll make it so that no one in the 12 regions will be able to touch you. No thanks. It's come down to this, huh? I'll force you into becoming my possession. Be careful. That's a mare's authority magic. Feel free to tell me whenever you change your mind. I don't like to waste unnecessary strength. What are you doing? Go more towards the left. Surround them. Kid, at this rate, there'll be no end to this. Go for the mare first.